All over Mexico, villages like Malpaso became ghost towns, places to visit on special occasions and to bury the dead. All of Maria Luz's family have left her village.
A veces por la necesidad, a veces porque aquí no alcanza, no tienen ni pues.
They left because they had to. There was nothing for them here. My two oldest daughters left for Mexico City many years ago. My next daughter went on a visit and stayed there too.
Se fue con ellas, que a trabajar y a estarse allá con ellas. Total, allá se estuvo trabajando.
Then my last daughter left, and now they are all there.
Después se fue la otra igualmente y allá se quedaron.
Marcela Aguayo was the first of Maria Luz's daughters to leave Zacatecas. She arrived in Mexico City in 1972 with her husband Atanasio.
When we first arrived in Mexico City, we had nowhere to stay and very little money. A friend invited us to stay in a house like these. We were only there for a few nights, but during that time, I felt overwhelmed. I wasn't used to this way of life. Atanasio was desperate because we had no money. So he started walking until he found a marketplace called La Merced. He was forced to eat from what people threw away. Finally, we were able to rent a room in that yellow house. Atanasio got a job at a refinery. Then he worked in a factory. And then in anything else that came up.
Marcela and Atanasio arrived at a time when Mexico seemed on the road to becoming a developed nation. The discovery of oil in the 70s enhanced the image of the Mexican miracle. Foreign capital poured in, attracted by an ever-increasing market for sophisticated goods to serve the burgeoning middle class. The government signed huge loans to build up the infrastructure of a modern nation. Real wages for urban workers increased continually, and the rich prospered as never before. Some of the magic rubbed off on the new arrivals in Mexico City. Government programs assured a steady expansion in education and healthcare. Areas that were once slums became neighborhoods with running water and electricity. Marcela and Atanasio were among those who benefited.
When we came to this neighborhood, we bought a small piece of land and started building little by little. We bought sand, bricks, and mortar, and we worked all day on weekends, and even during the week. The children would somehow manage to do something while Atanasio was working. Finally, we completed the house. Little by little, we got services. When we arrived, there was nothing. Then they built sewers and laid down water pipes and electricity lines. To get them, we created community action groups to ask the government for materials so that we could do the work ourselves.
The family grew and prospered. Atanasio worked hard and they were able to send their 5 children to school. For the Aguayos, migrating to the city was proving to be the best decision of their lives.
Atanasio was proud. He knew that everyone back home realized that he had made the right choice in leaving. He used to say that you had to work to achieve something. He hated wasting time.
Many people looked at the success of migrants like Atanasio and Marcela and saw in the city an opportunity for social mobility that never existed in the countryside. More migrants arrived in the city at the rate of 1,000 a day. Mexico's booming economy was creating new jobs, but there were not enough for all the new arrivals. For many, the solution was to set up small businesses that would serve the needs of the city's growing population. Specific areas of the city became known for the services they offered. The Plaza Santo Domingo is known for printing and bookbinding. There were also carpenters, plumbers, seamstresses, and all types of small businesses. This underground economy soon became a way of life for thousands of people. Regino Guerra started his shoemaking business in the 1970s.
Gonzalo, por favor, necesitamos material de este tipo. A ver, por favor, ¿no? Yo te ayudo. Echo la mano, levántale. Precisamente la situación del centro histórico de tanta gente.
The city is filled with street vendors because the minimum salary is not enough. If you sell a bike, you earn $2 or $3. If you sell 3 or 4, you're making 3 times as much as the minimum wage. That is why so many people sell on the streets. To get workers, I don't need special ads. I just take a piece of paper, pin it outside, and the next day I get thousands of applicants. I hire people who are as short as I am.